The term hard-boiled has multiple meanings in the context of the novel. First of all, the novel aligns with the hard-boiled genre of literature that is characterized by a protagonist involved in a mystery who is fairly tough, confronts violence, and has a cynical attitude. The title, then, is a deliberate nod to one of the quintessential hard-boiled detectives, Philip Marlowe, in Raymond Chandler's The Big Sleep. Much like Marlowe, the Calcutech in Hard-Boiled Wonderland and the End of the World has no wife, no family ties, and very little emotional baggage. Each protagonist has a pretty hard shell. One writer suggests the connection between Chandler and Murakami is quite strong. On the most basic level, Chandler and the hard-boiled detective tradition have provided Murakami with a blueprint for protagonist and plot. A detective figure, not always a professional investigator, is called on to solve a case that reveals itself as more complex than is apparent at first glance. The investigation begins inconspicuously, revolves around an act of violence or a disappearance, and features a female character whose allure overcomes the protagonist's initial reluctance to involve himself in something that spells trouble. Ultimately, no clear moral lesson emerges. Although the truth, fully or partially, emerges, people are killed, justice proves elusive, and the world remains a dangerous and God-forsaken place. If the hidden illusions alone weren't enough, the story itself explicitly points to Chandler. There is a casual mention of the film version of Chandler's work in Chapter 7. Don't worry, no spoilers here. The passage says, "I finished my business and hung up, then went into the living room and relaxed on the sofa with a beer to watch a video of Humphrey Bogart's Key Largo. I love Lauren Bacall in Key Largo. Of course, I love Bacall in The Big Sleep too, but in Key Largo, she's practically allegorical." The quick pace and cliffhangers that conclude most chapters are also inherited from the hard-boiled detective fiction. As you might have already pieced together, the hard-boiled novel borrows the name and characteristics from the rough exterior of a hard-boiled egg. The imagery this brings to mind is also deliberate. A hard-boiled egg acts as a metaphor for the tough layer that protects the unconscious or the inner mind. While this book cover does not show an actual hard-boiled egg, the image here evokes that shape in the reader's mind.